say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs burst
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It's Wednesday night, the Cup Series at Daytona. We got qualifying going on, and several drivers are hitting the tracks. As right now, you got Brandon Holder in that number 9 machine from Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, out on the racing surface, along with the 18 of Dustin Renstittle from Pikeville, Kentucky. Also on the racing surface in car number 2 is Morganfield, Kentucky, Alex Huffman. Adam Lancaster here with us tonight in that 71 machine with Mike Peters. He has 1 win on the season from Houston, Texas. Also on the racing surface from Henderson, Kentucky, it's Justin Winters, Alex Healy from Columbus, Ohio, and at number 97, David Farmer in the 84, Matt Grenier in the 15, and Brandon Robertson in that number 3 machine out on the racing surface, along with Cody Nevin and Poplar in that number 11 machine. As Alex Hepburn goes quick time right now with a 49.33 with Dustin Renstittle, Matt Grenier, and Justin Winters right now. Round out your top 4 on their first lap of qualifying, BJ. Well, give us the rundown what to expect tonight.
The rundown tonight looks like this. 2.5 mile track here at Daytona. We got 100 laps, stage break on lap number 40. These guys have 4 sets of tires. That means 1 on the car and 3 in the pits. So they're able to change their tires 3 times throughout the night. Points rolling into tonight has Jonathan Swartz leading the way, followed by Brandon Holder, GT Hawkins, Nick Mills, John Kinder, your top 5. Jonathan Atkins right aside top 5, looking strong, trying to get in. He's been running real strong here lately. Look forward to seeing him trying to pull something off here tonight. So we continue to watch on track the Poplar, Wisconsin driver Cody Nevin. I did not realize he was from Wisconsin.
You know, they're like in Dirt World, you got some drivers want to be from all 50 states, and they take turns when they race in the series, and they'll change their hometown every so often. You know, they start out one place where they're born, they move on to where they move to next. So maybe he's one of those guys.
Maybe.
But Alex Huffman still quick time with a 49.33. Brendan Holder, Adam Lancaster, David Farr, Matt Grenier still your top 5. As Cody Nevin is on his second time lap, currently in that 10th position on his first time lap as CFM Esports driver. Let's see if he improves. He goes 7th quick. Next driver on a racing surface, the 96 of Mike Peters from Houston, Texas. Let's see how his first lap comes in. Mike Peters, 12th quick. First lap always going to be a little bit slower than the second. There's Tony Iverson from Fernley, Nevada in that number 72. And how about Rocky Boyd the third here with us tonight? And there is your points leader, Jonathan Swartz. Sausage Town, Virginia.
No, he said there's not very much sausage in Vienna.
Well.
Oh, I forgot about that till I saw Vienna. That was the first thing that popped in my head.
Jonathan's the Sausage Swartz on the racing surface. Never forget that interview we had with him a couple of weeks ago. Also making his way onto the racing surface, the car number 14 from Columbus, Ohio. It is GT Hawkins. GT Hawkins in that number 14 machine.
Just past the halfway point here in qualifying. We got 15 drivers with times in top 5. Going to be Huffman, Holder, Lancaster, Farmer, and Grenier. Looks like right about another 15 drivers yet to get a time in as we continue watching. GT Hawkins out of Columbus, Ohio right now. Rocky Boyd III is going to score 16th on his first lap around. Jonathan Swartz 15th on his first lap around. And coming out of Athens, Pennsylvania, it's the 94, the Hall kid, Bobby Hall Jr. rolling on the track right now.
Well, you know, that picture makes him look kind of like an alien No.
Well, I won't tell you what that picture is. Have you ever watched Top Gear?
No.
It used to be on BBC America. It was a fantastic TV show. That guy right there in that white helmet and white suit, they called him the Stig. We have no idea who he is. They've never let in on who he is. He's their stunt driver. They called him the Stig.
The Stig.
All we know, Matt. That's who that is.
All right, Rocky Boy goes 5th quick. Jonathan Swartz moves up to that 4th position. Also on the racing surface in car number 12 is Frankie Barroso. Frankie Barroso from Miami, Florida. Along with Scott Fritz from Leonardtown right there. Along with, well, he parked it on the front straightaway. That was Keith Hackney. But Scott Fritz in the one machine. "19 drivers have made a time in so far. GT Hawkins goes 4th quick. So your top 5 right now is Huckman, Holder, Lancaster, Hawkins, and Swartz. Scott Fritz goes 19th quick, so right now 20 drivers have timed in tonight. And Frankie Barroso goes quick time with a 49.32. Nick Mills goes 12th quick at an 88. As we're watching Scott Fritz's first lap, what puts him in that 20th position. Bobby Hall Jr., he's slowly coming along here. I don't think he's supposed to qualify, so, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. 21 drivers have timed in, and you got Nick Bills, there's Mike Peters, and there's Scott Fritz.
Actually, his racing up, so the answer to that, I believe, would be no.
Yeah.
He does not typically race in the Cup Series, and I do believe if you're racing up or racing down, in other words, if you don't race in that series and you choose to race in that series, you are not allowed to qualify. I could be mistaken on that. I'll look for a message from Jason here in just a moment to confirm that. I just realized that I can't hear nothing in the race lab, which means I've never turned my chat audio back on.
Alrighty. We'll be right back with a starting lineup for tonight's Bluegrass Cup Series Daytona. All right, welcome back as it is BJ race time.
Whoop, whoop. Top 5 of qualifying is going to be Barroso, Huffman, Holder, Lancaster, and Hawkins. Steve, looks like you got your starting grid.
All right, starting on the pole tonight, the Powerhouse Motorsports car number 12 is Frankie Barroso. And to his outside, Elite Motorsports car number 22, Alex Huffman.
Run number 2 to the inside in the syndicate, number 9, Brandon Holder. Lined up to his outside, Elite Motorsports number 71, Adam Lancaster.
And row number 3 to the inside from the Cornerstone Motorsports, number 14, GT Hawkins. And to his outside, the Hyperx and Sim Racing. Car number 95 is Jonathan the Sausage Schwartz.
Dang it, Steve. Row number 4 to the inside in the 16. That's going to be Rocky Boy the third. Lineup 2 is outside. From your name here, Motorsports number 84, David Farmer.
In row number 5 to the inside, the YNH Motorsports. Car number 15 is back right here to his outside. Turn 1 Racing. Car number 18, Dustin Rinstadall.
Row number 6 to the inside, NLRA and CFM Esports number 11, Cody Nevin. Lineup 2 is outside. Weaponized Motorsports, it's the 88 of Nick Mills.
In row number 7 to the inside, Elite Motorsports. Car number 7, Justin Winters to his outside. The Flex YNH Motorsports. Car number 97, Alex Healy.
Row number 8 to the inside, the High Side Hustlers number 72. It's going to be Tony Iverson. And to his outside, the Awesome Shops number 96, Mike Peters.
In row number 9 to the inside, and CFM Esports. Car number 1, Scott Fritz. And to his outside, the YNH Motorsports. Car number 3, Brandon Robertson.
Row number 10 to the inside, it's the 49 of Chuck Blake. Lined up to his outside, the Weaponized Motorsports. Flying the flag of Cornerstone Motorsports, it's the 31 of Blake Hensley.
In row number 11 to the inside, Flex Motorsports, Bobby Hall Jr. 94 to his outside, Tim Syndicate. Number 8, Mikey Deal Jr.
Row number 12 to the inside, it's World of Thunder Racing and Shock Eye Racing Performance number 57, Jonathan Atkins. To his outside, Cornerstone Motorsports number 17, Jade Silvers.
In row number 13 to the inside, it's going to be the 25 of Keith Hackney and the 69. And the Shock Eye Racing Performance is pretty sad. He don't put Wotel on there, but that's all right. We won't hit him or anything after the race because he give me some money. And car number 47, Bill Miller.
You know he drives for both. Just depends on where he's at. Row number 14 to the inside, High Side Hustlers. Number 34, Jason Bridges. To his outside, his teammate in the 29 is Travis 20. In the 29, Travis Twitty.
29th position is Wes Wiggin into number 2 to Flex Motorsports. To his outside, Team Watt, Sean Kerstritza.
Row number 16 to the inside, Flex Motorsports, Daniel Worthington in the 113. To his outside, next level, Jeremy Vaughn in the 67. Yeah, go.
All right, lights are out. We're fixing to go green flag racing here. Frankie Barroso leading the way here at Daytona. The green flag is out. As you see him as they pass the start finish line down the straightaway here. Into turn number 1. Frankie Barroso on the inside line being pushed by that number 9 of Brandon Holder. Barroso will go high. He'll pick up the high line of the 2 of Alex Huffman out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. A little different strategy here, BJ.
Yeah, a surprisingly different strategy. Drivers aiming more towards the high side than the low side here. But, you know, Steve, sitting here watching these guys, they've got a lot to live up to. Monday night, the closest finish that I personally have ever seen in my 4 years here on iRacing in the Truck Series, with Ed Osborne pulling out the win. And then following Monday night, on Tuesday night, we came back here with Xfinity, and we went pretty much the entire race, Steve, green flag, and then had 3 green-white checkers.
Oh, wow. Yep, I was a little busy last night doing some paperwork. Felt like I was in school, you know, like I got grounded and had to do homework all night. That's what it kind of felt like last night. I was miserable. And but I'm here tonight, that's for sure, one way or another. As you look at your top 3, as we're on lap number 2, you see the 12, Frankie Barroso, long width, being pushed by Alex Huffman and Adam Lancaster on top line. Then you have Brandon Holder on the bottom line with GT Hawkins giving him a push from behind there. And there's the Sausage Schwartz there in that number 5th position in number 95.
Side by side, I'm surprised to see the outside line pushing so far without anybody dropping to the inside. It's an extremely rare thing to see, but it's working really well. There's quite a quite a few more cars on the inside than there are the outside. But that outside line is just doing such a great job staying so nice and neatly in line and really pushing forward compared to that inside line. You see him right up next to the wall, running way high, avoiding the side draft and everything. Steve, this is just an impressive display of driving out of everybody on that outside road right now.
Definitely it is, and it shows Jeremy Vaughn and Bill Miller down pit road, BJ. What's going on with those two drivers?
You know, I'm not going to answer that until I go back and look. I'm not even going to speculate. I'm a little surprised to see that too.
As we're lap number 4 down the back straightaway. The inside line slowly getting together. There is Rocky Boyd III pushing GT Hawkins. Hawkins pushing that number 9 to Brandon Holder as they go into turn number 3. The inside line now will take over the vantage point in turn number 3. Now you see the 9. Look at Brandon Holder goes to the top. He's going to take over the race lead. Brusso right there in his hip pocket. He's going to leave the 14 of GT Hawkins on the bottom. But GT Hawkins getting pushed by Rocky Boyd III there. And right behind him is Matt Grenier on the inside line and Cody Nevin. So what'd you find out, BJ?
I found out absolutely nothing.
Oh.
So you know how my computer doesn't like to let me show or let me see the whole field? Well, apparently I can't rewind and see what I missed either. So I did not get to see what happened to Bill Miller because on my end he never existed. Fortunately, however,
maybe he pulled off to write me in there blank check.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be back. As 5 laps are in the books, as we're lap number 6, the outside line is being dominant here tonight. Oh, the 71. He got a little loose. That was Adam Lancaster. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. James Silverson has also made his way down to pit road. There's Sean Kostritza in 29th, all by his lonesome. So there's something going on a little weird there.
I'm gonna actually disappear for 5 seconds. I want to get some info.
The outside line being very dominant, as you see the majority of the drivers right up there on the inside line, still being led by the 14 of GT Hawkins, getting pushed by Rocky Boyd III. Rocky Boyd goes to the top. He's going to leave GT Hawkins down there to hang himself. As here comes Cody Nevin on the inside. Oh, GT Hawkins slides in front of Rocky Boyd. That's going to leave the 11 of Cody Nevin. So right now, the top place is the place to be, as Brandon Holder is your race leader, followed by the 12 of Frankie Barroso and Alex Huppman. 1, 2, and 3. Lancaster in that 4th spot. 5th is Jonathan, the Sausage Schwartz.
So Bill Miller's force feedback quit working on him during the, and then trying to get to the bottom, made contact with Jeremy Vaughn. I'm not sure whether he initiated or Jeremy Vaughn did. Made contact with Jeremy Vaughn, and that spun him down to the infields. Fortunate for Vaughn, and Kostritza lost the draft. So there's our info on Kostritza.
Well, as you look right there, we're mid-pack. Scott Fritz. Oh, Nelly, we're going to get a little wild here with the 72 of Tony Iverson. He was going to try to go in a lane that wasn't available at the moment. But they got back in line. There's GT Hawkins getting pushed by the 16 of Rocky Boyd III. There is Justin Winters. He's in that 2nd pack there, leading the way with Brandon Robertson, Chuck Blake, Mikey Neal Jr., Keith Hackney, and Jonathan Atkins right there. And there's that 57 of Jonathan Atkins, speaking of him. And right behind him is Jason Bridges in that 25th spot. And Travis Twitty currently running at 26. Wes Wiggin, Daniel Worthington right there. And Sean Kostritza all by his lonesome on the front straightaway. As BJ's mentioned, he's lost that draft.
Yeah, when I spoke to Sean Kostritza, he mentioned that he's worried now he's going to go a lap down before he's able to catch anybody to get into a draft with, or pit stops happen to allow him to get caught off to somebody. He's worried about going a lap down. Puts him in a very tight spot in that scenario. But man, I'm shocked right now at how many drivers are going to the high side, preferring the high side here, and running in such a single file line this early in the race. Really would have expected everybody to be side by side drafting. Pit stops aren't in conversation yet, so just blown away at how much everybody's willing to run single file right now.
Definitely is. We got some good racing going on as Cody Nevin is starting to get some help on that bottom line. Let's see whose that is. I believe that is on the bottom line, 18. That's Justin Rinstidle in front of the 11 of Cody Nevin. Give him a push. And there's Tony Iverson and Scott Fritz. But right now, the top line, pretty dominant as Brandon Holder leads the way with Frankie Barroso, Alex Huffman, Adam Lancaster, Jonathan Swartz. Round out your top 5 here tonight. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
The _1 place for sim racing, especially dirt sim racing. Right now, still watching these guys race 4-car battle, or 4 cars to the inside, make that 7 cars to the inside. I believe it was 4 more cars dropped to the inside, so 8 cars on the inside, trying to battle back against this dominating outside line right now. Still just cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Brandon Holder, Frankie Barroso, Alex Huffman, Adam Lancaster, Dustin Reinstedel scored as your top 5 right now as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. We got 2 packs going on right now at back pack, all single filed out, trying to catch with the front pack. But the front pack, the way that they're running, so single filed out, not really any side draft whatsoever going on right now, makes it really hard for a second pack to catch up to them.
Definitely it does. And there is the second pack, or not the second pack, the inside line. There's only 4 drivers. I mean, they're staying right there, but they're just not gaining. And they give an inch almost lap by lap. As you look at the 18, Dustin Rinstidle leading that inside line there. As in the turns, that's where they gain some spots, but they're going to lose them down the straightaways.
Yeah, momentum to the outside line is almost always going to prevail coming off the corner unless somebody makes a mistake or they really split apart and start breaking up the draft. They're always going to prevail as they're able to carry more, just slightly, but more speed around the corners. The shorter way around the track is always going to be that inside line, which is where they're going to prevail through the turns and work their way back around the outside row. So there's still hope for the guys on the inside. As we sit here and we watch the number 18 of Rhinestone push his way forward. Now he scored in that 3rd spot as they come off turn number 2. But look at the speed from Alex Huffman as we ride on board with him. Look at the speed that these guys have coming off of the corner over that inside line. It's unmatched as more cars looks like starting to join these guys on the inside.
They are, and more that join, you'll see the better of a push they will get. There's Dustin Rinstidle, as we said, down the straightaways. That's where he loses to the ground as a lap car the leaders are coming upon right now. And that is the 67 machine of Jeremy Vaughn going another lap down here. As you look at it too, right up against the back bumper of that number 12 of Frankie Barroso. Right ahead of the leaders, that is the 46 of Sean Kostritza, as he should be going around about a lap down in the next lap. But BJ, it's okay to go a lap down, especially here at Daytona.
Yeah, it doesn't usually take very long to get your lap back. There's usually several cautions, several chances to get that lucky dog, that wave around. And but the downfall is, though, Steve, the way that these guys are running, the way that they ran last night, getting those cautions is going to be the hard part to get your laps back. Not a lot of cautions from last night. There's Sean Kostritz. You see him. We talked about it earlier. He mentioned he was worried about going a lap down right now, hugging that inside line, now dropping to the apron, giving everybody as much room as he possibly can. It's not a terrible thing to go a lap down, but it's definitely not what you want. Look like Bill Miller just went by as well. Still riding on board with Alex Huffman here, looking behind. Look at that inside line. It shrunk once again. Everybody just wanted to get away from the lap cars on the inside, I think, and that's the biggest reason that they made the decision to move to the outside.
Definitely. It's right now your race leader. That number 9 of Brenton Holder, and you got to think about it right now, BJ. Second on back, we're going to see a little prettier on fuel than the number 9 of Brandon Holder.
It's just...
Here's a move.
I started to say, I can't believe nobody's broke away yet, but here comes Alex Huffman to the inside. Who's that he brought with him, I believe?
That's the 71 of Adam Lancaster right there. As they pull alongside at number 9 of Brandon Holder, the 2 takes the lead. That is Alex Huffman, Lancaster. Right behind him as we're on lap number 17. Fixing to be 17 completed on lap number 18 here, as that top line is starting to fade quickly.
Yeah, everybody now, this tells me that they're looking towards pit stops. Everybody's shifting to the bottom, getting ready to head down pit road. I haven't heard any call-outs yet for pitting, but everybody moving to the inside. This means that they are looking for their pit entrance. They want to get down there. They want to get in the best possible position so they can go after their pit stop and be safe and not have to try to cut across the track. Pit stops within the next 5 laps, I'd say, for these guys.
Well, the inside line, pretty dominant there, as you see the mid-pack. You see the 46 right there. That's Sean Kostritz. Long as he's in with the pack and stays with them this time, and he goes down to pits. Once there's a caution, long as he's that first car a lap down, as he is right now, he will be given the wave around. But look at Bobby Hall at 94 in the 10th position. Getting pushed by the 84, David Farmer. And Alex Healy right there. Teammates up on the top shelf.
And just a few of them getting up there and still running up at the top. Maybe trying to aim for a later pit stop. Maybe one to all get down together onto that inside. But looks like one coming down.
All by himself. Well, 2. Sean Kostritz going to come down with him. And here's that second pack led by Chuck Blake. Justin Winters coming down pit road. He has a dancing partner too. Oh, Sean Kostritz misses his pit box there. Tough luck for that young man here tonight. But meanwhile, the number 2 of Alex Huffman leads the way here at Daytona on lap number 20. As they come out turn number 4, your race leaders now looking to come down pit road, and Bobby Hall Jr. takes the race lead with David Farmer, Alex Healy in a 31, Blake Hensley, Matt Grenier right there. Rocky Boyd III, Jonathan Swartz, Nick Mills, GT Hawkins, Mike Peters, and Mikey Neal Jr. And Mikey Neal has lost the draft, BJ.
It is not the position you want to be in. I do have a quick update. Bit of a surprise, but James Silvers has retired for the night. He's taking the car to the garage. He's been having some connection issues and decided to call it a night rather than run a chance ruining everybody's race. So I got to respect the decision from James Silvers on that one there. But several of these drivers, you know, the pit stops always throw a wrench in the works for a lot of people. We see the whole YNH and Flex Motorsports team coming down pit road right there. A lot of Cornerstone drivers in the mix as well. A lot of people flying into pit road, 3 wide, 4 wide, some spots. Pit road is a dangerous place to be, and that's where races are won and lost.
Well, you know, when you said that James Silver's retired, I was like going to say, dang, that's a way to go out of in retirement. But you meant the race. He retired from the race.
Yeah, retired for the night.
as there is the 2 of Alex Huffman, and there is your lead group. There's Bobby Hall coming off of pit road right there. So, BJ is going to get a little interesting, as there is Alex Huffman in that group. They're going to be catching up really quick to the drivers coming off of pit road. There's even starting to go around them down the back straightaway. Bobby Hall is listed as your race leader right now, but what's really going to help out is that number 2. They're wound up, and it'd be really smart for everybody behind them to get in that draft, BJ.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody's got their pit stop now, so now it's just a matter of who can get where and when and make the right move. And right now, the guys making the right move, it's going to be Alex Huffman, Frankie Barroso, and Adam Lancaster running in that top 3. And Blake Hensley's going to get left out to dry on the outside all by himself. He tried to move up there and get in that line of 4, and just didn't work out for him. As soon as they got clear of Bobby Hall, they dropped down, which left him out there all by himself. So he ended up losing their spots once again and moved back to the second to last car in this line.
Sure deal. You look at number 12. He's really all in the personal space of the Alex Huffman machine. The Huffman Designs number 2. Giving them a good push. As they come out turn number 4, we're coming to complete lap number 23. And BJ, you said the stage break was when?
Lap number something.
Lap number something.
40, I believe. Yeah, lap number something. Yes, lap number 40 is the stage break, so everybody's going to get a caution on lap number 40 regardless. It'll be at lap number 40 or close to lap number 40. And then you'll see everybody come down pit road. I suspect we'll see everybody take tires on the stage break. If somebody doesn't take tires, I'll be really surprised, but whoever the first car to not take tires will most likely be the first car to come off pit road, take over the race lead.
Definitely. And right now, I can tell you this, and I haven't done much of anything since talking with Brett Wheeler. But next week, want to give everyone a heads up. Next week, going into the chase, make sure that you follow the Bluegrass Facebook page or subscribe to the Bluegrass YouTube, because starting next week to the end of the championship, we're going to be exclusively broadcasted only on the Bluegrass Facebook page and YouTube. You will not be seen on dirtfan.com nor Ultimate Dirt TV. You'll only see it here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube and on the Facebook. You hit that follow button so you can catch us when we're live next Monday night with the Bluegrass Truck Series.
Definitely a lot of exciting news, but gonna be pulling the NASCAR stuff away from UDTV just a little bit. Back on track. Alex Huffman doing what he needs to do, relaxing almost in that front line. Not a single driver that I saw took any fuel, so everybody out there's on, or took any tires, so everybody out there's on the old tires. Everybody out there's pushing. Everybody out there staying calm, playing it smart, staying in a line as we're closing in on 10 laps to go right now. 14 laps to go in the stage. Single filed out for the most part. Just a couple cars up there on the outside row. It looks like Jonathan Swartz is going to try to catch the back of that outside row and add another car to it and try to work his way forward. A lap car coming up ahead. Can't make out who that is.
It's the 34.
Jason Bridges.
Jason Bridges going another lap, going a lap down there, or another lap, as he's up against that outside line, allowing all these drivers to pass him. Now he's going to try to catch the draft there. But one thing of it is, it's more to help the Bluegrass, because they're wanting, to be monetized, and this is going to give Bluegrass a little bit more incentive. If we get the subscribers, I believe we got to get a total of 1,200 subscribers on YouTube. So you people watching at home, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Share it out to your friends. Get them hit subscribe, because soon as they get 12, I believe it's 1,200 viewers, BJ, or subscribers. Or I might be wrong. It might be 1,000.
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
So once we get to 1,000, we're at 729 subscribers. 1,000, Bluegrass gets monetized, and that's going to help the league. All that money for monetization will go to the league. As you look at the outside line starting to form now, this is being led by the 88 of Nick Mills. Nick Mills at the 88 getting pushed by Mike Peters there. Bobby Hall Jr. in that fourth car on the inside line. Right ahead of him is Adam Lancaster right now in third with Frankie Broso and Alex Huffman.
And Nick Mills, I wish he'd have kept that bright pink car. I think that bright pink car might have brought him a little bit of luck, but right now he doesn't need any luck because he's leading that outside row and working his way forward and doing a fantastic job. He wants to go after that race lead. Right here, we are 11 laps to go to the stage break. We got a Huffman leading the inside row with Frankie Barroso and the 71 of Adam Lancaster. I always have to double check. I'm not used to him being in a 71. The outside row is going to be Nick Mills, Mike Peters, and Jonathan Swartz. Lap traffic coming up ahead. Everybody's shuffling around, trying to get around. We hear race control calling out to give instructions as to where to go and when. Make it safe for the drivers working their way around right now. Just 10 laps remaining in the stage now for these guys. Everybody's fighting for these positions. They all want a top 10. Everybody wants to be the winner of the stage, because that gives you, Steve, that one bonus playoff point and 10 regular season points.
Well, you know, it's always been that 1 point that screws me. I'm just being honest. So I know if I'm him, I want to be in the top 10, at least in 10th, to get that one extra point. As the inside line got squirrely there momentarily, as right now your race leader is Nick Mills being pushed by the 9. Oh, Nick Mills! Oh, no, the number 2 might have got a little bit of damage maybe on that nose of that car when he got into the back of the 88 of Nick Mills, when he almost lost it. Oh my goodness. And BJ, I think on that view there, I do see maybe, it is hard to tell with the black, but it might be a little bit of crinkleness there.
Maybe just a hair. But I don't think it's going to be enough to hurt anybody on that one. Mike Peters now leading that outside row side by side with Alex Huffman for the race lead. We'll go on board with Alex Huffman. Look at the speed for that outside row. Huffman's going to get shuffled to the middle. He's all by himself. Caution flag's going to wave for the first time tonight.
Rocky Boyd bringing out the caution, spinning down the back straightaway. Into number 16. Oh, one heavy in the wall. That's 97, Alex Healy. The 31 involved too.
Like, for everybody, that looks like very minimal damage is going to come out of that one. But Steve, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm counting correctly, it's going to create a green-white checkered on the stage. Maybe 3 laps for these guys on the stage to finish it out. But everybody in that caution looks like they might have just got lucky right there and came out with minimal damages. But Mike Peters now going to be scored the race leader, coming back to the green flag with Jonathan Swartz in second, Nick Mills in third, Alex Huffman in fourth, and David Farmer in fifth. And as I say that, Alex Huffman's going to make the decision to come down pit road. Adam Lancaster, Blake Kensley, Rocky Boyd, GT Hawkins. A lot of drivers coming down pit road to get those positions coming back from the stage.
And we'll be right back with a quick commercial from the sponsor. All right, welcome back. Winner of first caution of the night here with the Bluegrass Cup Series as it comes to complete lap number 34. Mike Peters, your race leader with Jonathan Swartz, Nick Bills, David Farmer, and Frankie Barroso round out your top 5 as lights do go out, and Mike Peters will choose the outside line as Jonathan, the Sausage Swartz, will be on the inside of this front row.
It looks like it's going to be 4. It will be 5 laps. I think they might have shortened the caution because that went quick. I'm going to take a look here. No, they did not shorten the caution. That seemed like it went really quick right there.
We'll go quick with commercials.
Well, let's go quick with commercials.
That's right. All right. The drivers are ranked and stacked. We're fixing to go back to green flag racing for 4 laps. Here at Daytona to complete stage number 1. As the pace car will be pulled down pit lane here momentarily. Mike Peters, the control car, as it gets into the Geico restart zone. He can fire at any time. Green flag is out. Good start for the 96 of Mike Peters. Leaving that 84, David Farmer. He goes directly to the inside. He's going to leave Farmer out there to hang with Bobby Hall Jr. The 95 of Swartz fixing to catch up to the 96 as they head into turn number 1. Nick Mills right there in that 3rd spot. There's the outside line. There's only 4 drivers there, BJ. They're going to be dropping like hotcakes out of turn number 2.
Yeah, we saw it earlier, but it was the other way around. Everybody went to the outside row instead of the inside row, and the inside row started dropping like hotcakes, as you mentioned. But that outside row looks like they're going to go 6 strong now. 2 more cars jump up to that outside line to try to catch up and get moving forward with them. So everybody choosing their lines, being picky, being choosy now.
Oh,
and whoa, heavy contact.
Rocky Boyd on the 31 of Blake Hensley going around. Sean Kostritza involved in the 46. Bill Miller involved. Jason Bridges. That's Rocky Boyd's 2nd wreck.
Yeah, he was just involved in the last one. Looks like this one here is going to bring us to the stage, I believe. Oh, nope, this will not be a stage. Jason has called that there will be a green-white. Looks like the 47 and the 57. It's going to be Bo Miller and Jonathan Atkins. Both got involved in that one as well. Oh, sure what caused him to hook right there. If Rocky Boyd initiated the contact, caused Daniel Worthington to hook to the right, or if Worthington come up on him. But they're able to keep moving right there.
There's Jack Blake at that 49. Blake Kinsley still going in reverse. As caution flag will wave again for the second time tonight as they wait for the iRacing pace car. Mike Peters, your race leader. There's Jonathan Swartz, Nick Mills, David Farmer, Matt Grenier, your top 5 here tonight, right now. A lot of drivers already made pit stops. Some that have gotten some damage off of that wreck coming down pit road. Scott Fritz, Dustin Renstittle, Rocky Boyd, Jonathan Atkins. There's Chuck Blake. Blake Hensley, Daniel Worthington, Sean Kostritza. And how about this? In 11th spot right now is Justin Winters. And right behind him, in at number 2 of Alex Huffman, T-Bates out there. 11th and 12th position. Jeremy Vaughn going to get the lucky dog.
Let's see, Jeremy Vaughn getting the lucky dog. That'll put Jason Bridges, the next car, 1 lap down. Actually, right now I'm showing Sean Kostritza lap down as well. Oh, he's on pit road. Must have got some contact from that wreck for Jeremy Vaughn to jump up and get that lucky dog.
While we're
20.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say 26 cars now on the lead lap. 27th to 31st, all 1 lap or all 1 or more laps down, and James Silver's 32nd. That's where he's going to stay for the night, unfortunately for him.
Well, while we're under caution one more time, we're going to play a quick ad from a sponsor. All right, welcome back to the Bluegrass Cup Series. Lights are out, BJ.
Yeah, lights are out, and a quick update. While we were gone, received word that Rocky Boyd, driver the number 16, was parked for the night. So his night's going to come to an early end. That'll put him down there with... Actually, looks as though Jason Bridges is out as well. No, he is not, but it'll put him down there with James Silvers in that 32nd position. So 31st and 32nd have been set for the night with Rocky Boyd and James Silvers.
As we get ready for a green, white, checkered here for the stage, Mike Peters, your race leader in 96, followed by, to the inside of him, Jonathan the Sausage Swartz. Green flag fixing to come out as the pace car pulls down into pit road. They're in the Geico restart zone. They can fire anytime. They fire. Good start for the inside and outside row. As right there you see the 96 automatically going to the inside there. He's going to pick up the 95 of Johnson Swartz and David Farmer. Not David Farmer, of Nick Mills. Farmer left out there with his teammate of the 94 of Hall. Farmer thought about coming down. Let's see, Broso, he's going to let him there, but I don't know what Farmer's doing. He can't make up his mind just yet.
He's not sure where he wants to go yet. Nick Mills all by himself on that outside road. Now Mike Peters going to move up to the outside in front of him. It's going to leave Jonathan Swartz down there with Frankie Barossa. Now Mike Peters going to make the decision to come back to the bottom once again. A little surprised to see him do that, but I'd say he probably just wants to get down there with Jonathan Swartz, and 3 wide behind them. That looks like Alex Huffman coming up the middle. And I'm not sure who that is behind him, but there's contact. Everybody's going to manage to hang on to it, though. Ooh, that could have got bad real quick. Caution is going to fly on behind them.
Checkered flag for the stage. It's Nick Mills, Farmer, Hall, Holder, Peters, Iverson, Robertson, Huffman, Swartz, and Winners round out your top 10 for the stage. I bet under that green flag conditions that last lap, Swartz almost dropped the sausage.
Yeah, and I'd say he probably didn't get any extra Vienna sausages either, seeing as there's not very many sausages in Vienna, I guess.
Right? that was a joke that he told us on a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. I can't remember.
I think it was last week. I don't remember.
So congratulations to Nick Mills picking up the stage win in the 88 machine. Sarah goes, oh my God, Steven.
Well, Jonathan said it. We're just reiterating it.
I mean, they're 3 wide. I mean, I would need to change the drawers.
Well, I don't know. I doubt he dropped a sausage because he probably white knuckled that sausage. It's probably all squished.
He definitely would not be able to eat the I can't even say the word now.
Vienna
sausage out of that can, let me tell you. How many is in a can? Like 10 or 12?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9.
Oh. He might have one. He might have one good one left in that can after that lap.
He must have to special order them without there being any sausages in Vienna.
That's right. Yeah, every driver comes down pit road except for Jeremy Vaughn staying out and getting a lap back. That's true. Justin was right there too in the mix. And it got hairy. David Farmer would be leading them off a pit road with Alex Huffman, Nick Mills, Keith Hackney, Adam Lancaster. Round out your top 5. You got Tony Iverson, GT Hawkins, Bobby Hall, Blake Hensley, Wes Wiggin round out your top 10. Then you got Brandon Holder, Mike Peters, Frankie Barossa, Johnson Swartz, and Brandon Robertson rounding out your top 15. 16th be Justin Winters, Mikey Dale Jeter, Travis Twitty, Matt Grenier, and Cody Nevin, Scott Fritz still down pit road, as Cody Nevin is listed 20th spot in pit road.
Yeah, not real sure there. I have to go back and check, but I said probably got a speeding penalty or taking this opportunity to get some damages repaired. Anything is possible. A little bit of contact goes a long ways on these super speedways as far as damages and slowing your car down goes. So there's a lot of different possibilities. Steve's laughing. Oh dear.
Well, Lisa.
Oh, sure. What'd you start?
Lisa.
Okay.
You just have to remember the conversation that he said. It was funny, and he likes. I don't know. It's like I'm stuck like Chuck. Thanks, Lisa.
we were joking all. We were joking all race long about Jonathan Swartz and Vienna sausages. So Steve mentions it in a broadcast, and Jonathan tells us that there's not any sausages in Vienna. So Take out how you like it.
I will tell you this. I did pass that aisle up at at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
You know, that could be a new brand or new like Cheerios has the cheerleaders. Beanie sausages could have Jonathan Swartz race car on them. I mean, that's a marketing tool right there if he used it to his power.
It really is. He ought to seek a sponsorship.
Make some good moolah. Well, your front row for this restart will be David Farmer and Alex Huffman to his outside. Then you got the 88 Nick Mills and Keith Hackney.
Yes, Cody Nevin spent 1 minute and 9 seconds down pit road. Jonathan Swartz spent 43 seconds down pit road. Matt Grenier spent 22 seconds down pit road. We don't have a driver taking tires until Bobby Hall in 8th place.
And I'm one of those people, Lisa, once you got me laughing, I'm going to remember that forever.
Yep. But right now, green flag is back out. Teammates side by side. They're I can talk.
Right now, David Farmer lead the way on the inside. Alex up and left there to drive for a little bit as he's waiting for that 72 of Tony Iverson to get to his back bumper. There's Bobby Hall on the outside, along with the 96. As outside, David Farmer shuts the door on Alex Huffman. And let me tell you something, you better be lucky Huffman got on the brakes because he could have punted him out of the ballpark.
Yeah, he definitely could have. Huffman's nose is literally all over the back bumper. And there's our teammate, Steve, running right there. And Alex Huffman's nose is on the back bumper of that 84. That's a dangerous place to have your nose, the back bumper of a car going through a turn like that. He's still not lifting, got his nose up against the back bumper of that 84. These guys must have practiced this to be able to run it like they are.
As you look to the inside, being led by Nick Mills, Keith Hackney giving the push. There's the 71, Adam Lancaster on the inside line. Now, one thing, now you see the two, he ducked out of line a tad bit to get some air to that radiator. That car probably getting a little hot in there, being tucked up against that 84 machine. But look at the inside line now. Nick Mills inching forward with Keith Hackney giving the push, and Adam Lancaster. A 3-car breakaway on the inside momentarily. That 4-car on the inside is GT Hawkins. Now the 88 and the 69 go to the top shelf. They're going to pick up the 84 of David Farmer. As now you have the 71 Adam Lancaster on the bottom. Here comes the 2 of Alex Huffman. He's coming to play here tonight. He's trying to go for the win. I can feel it.
He's got a lot of opportunity to do it. He's right there on the front row with only 47 laps to go here tonight. He's ready to rock and roll. He's got the 71 of Lancaster all over his back bumper, and we know the talent that Lancaster has. Extremely talented, extremely fast driver, and very steady on the wheel. Look at how smooth he is right now. Not letting go of that number 2 right up on him.
Definitely right there. David Farmer thought about going up. Actually, the top 3 thought about it momentarily. The 72 comes down, and he had to move up because right there is the 2. It's getting dangerous up front. Doors shutting in a hurry.
Yeah, so much dicing going on. The 88 does call it out, though, that he's moving up to the top side. He's getting away from that shuffling going on the bottom right there. Here comes, Keith Hackney. Hackney's going to get shuffled to the middle now by himself. Iverson to the outside with David Farmer to push him. Hackney's getting stuck like a sitting duck in the middle right now, but impressively enough, he's hanging on.
Well, he needs some more friends. Come to the middle line there. Why not? Let's go 3 wide for the next 51 laps, BJ. That will be fun and interesting to call.
if these guys could do it, if anybody could do it, I should say, it would be these guys. And one thing about it, we saw Keith Hackney do it several times last night in the Xfinity Series, working his way forward, did a fantastic job, and was able to hang on to it. And everybody around him was able to hang on to it. So very impressive driving from Keith Hackney right there. To get shuffled into the middle like that, he was definitely going for a block right there. Did not want to give up any kind of room, did not want to give up any lines, but did play in his favor that time around. And right now, he sits as the fourth car on that outside row, was able to get back in line.
Looking down before he goes to the inside, so does David Farmer. They're going to pick up the inside line there. Look at the 72, getting the run on the outside. Oh, Nelly, that inside line is squirmy. As your race leader is David Farmer. Hall and the 2. Oh, there's David Hall. Oh, no. A wreck off of turn number 2. The 2 is involved of Alex Huffman. Knew it. Something big was fixing to happen.
Yeah, Bobby Hall Jr. looked like he shifted up just a little bit right there, and the run from the 2 was too much. Got underneath of him. Bobby Hall trying to get back to the inside before it was too late. Just kind of hooked right across the nose of the number 2. We saw it all happen live there in just a moment. We'll get a replay and we can watch it here right there. Oh, looked like there's a little tap from the 2. And shifted him up and then just hooked him. Back to that bump shaft and then the turns. I mentioned it. Huffman got lucky on the back bumper of Bobby Hall Jr., but right there it bit him. And you know, Steve, another thing. They always say, don't push the push. There's no downforce on the front of those cars when you're drafting. None at all. There is no wind resistance against the nose of the car. It's all flowing over the car, off the rear spoiler of the car in front. Look off the back bumper right now of Huffman. They always say don't push the push, and right there's the reason why. With no downforce, it is so easy to hook them.
Oh, that hurt the UDTV sticker on the 94.
Oh, no. Don't tear up our sticker, but we gotta buy you a new one.
Well, some drivers came down pit road. All of them set for around about 5. David Farmer, Blake Hensley, Mike Peters, GT Hawkins, and Justin Winters all stayed out. Everybody else went down pit road. There's Alex Huffman. As we're on lap number 52. We're going to throw back to a Bluegrass sponsored commercial. You're watching live Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan with BJ Duvall. Don't forget, this Friday night, into, I believe, Xfinity Series Racing, BJ, the World Thunder Esports League, $225 to win. Is that right? $20 entry fee?
I believe that would be correct. I'm going to actually look and double check those numbers. That sounds right.
Go to Wotail Face Discord or Facebook and sign up there. Live on World of Thunder TV.
Yeah. Yeah, with, we could talk about that, Steve. Have another idea. But we have 65 laps Xfinity cars at Talladega. $20 entry fee, $250 to win, $150 to second, $75 to third, $50 to fourth, $25 to fifth, and a 6th through 10th get their money back. So much money going out. But that's I don't know what the bottom line is for that one, but that is for 40 entries that I do believe. Better get your spots and get them quick, as we are limited to 40 entries.
Spots are going quick. That's right, BJ. As soon as the sign up went out, drivers started signing up. So it's going to be a good race this Friday night. Well, BJ, it's going to be that time of the night. We're fixing to come to Alex's favorite part tonight, the Geico Restart Zone.
Whoop, whoop. Alex is probably actually spotting. I'd be surprised if he's not. Actually, it doesn't look like he is.
There's the pace car coming down pit road. We're coming across to the Geico Restart Zone. David Farmer fire anytime he fires. We're back to green flag racing.
Green flag is out. Farmer and Hensley get an excellent start over Hawkins on the outside row. Hawkins is now going to squeeze his way into the third car on the inside and fall in that line. Look at this. The outside row breaking apart once again. Everybody jumped back to the inside again.
Definitely to the inside, the outside. If you were outside, you were left to dry, and that was the 71 of Lancaster right there. But now, look, there's outside Foreman quickly down the back straightaway, being led by that 31 of Blake Hensley, being pushed by the 14 of GT Hawkins. Hawkins all over the back bumper of him. As there you see the 96 of Mike Peters, and they're looking pretty sharp right there. Look at them snaking around. It's 54 laps are in the books here.
Yeah, a lot of times it gets very difficult to hold the car steady when you're in the draft like that. And when one car starts, the rest start. Because the only thing you can really see a lot of times when you get in a draft and you get really close to the car in front of you, a lot of times the only thing you can see is that rear spoiler of the car in front of you. So you're almost trying to drive off it. So when the car in front of you gets squirrely and starts moving back and forth a lot, it just creates a chain reaction down through the field. Everybody starts to move around like that. So it's real important for drivers to try to make sure they can find something to line themselves up off of to keep from squirreling and not look at the front bumper of the car in front of them or gauge themselves off the front bumper of the car in front of them. It's very difficult to avoid that snaking like that.
Definitely, you do. Right now, Blake Hensley brought the field down to the inside line, and David Farmer on the outside now being pushed by the 40 machine. I'm trying to look to see who the 40 is. Not too sure.
I'm not sure either. I'm gonna take me a quick look see here. It looks like that's gonna be Wes Wiggins. You used to seeing him drop the 88 and well, just about everything else that he gets him. But tonight he's out here in the 40. We haven't really talked any about him tonight. Wiggins is currently up 22 spots in that scored in that 7th position right now. Looks like Bobby Hall Jr. is gonna get on his back bumper now. Several more cars through that outside line, ready to fight and battle back, trying to get David Farmer up there to the race lead over Blake Hensley.
The inside line right there, you look at their 31 Blake Hensley. Tried to stay out front right now, being pushed by GT Hawkins. The 96 Mike Peters and Justin Witters right there. He's up 6 spots. But look at Wes Wiggin in that number 40 machine, which is shown as number 2. I'm so confused. Wes Wiggin in the 40 machine showed as number 2 on the scoring tower. Right there in that second car and outside, there's Bobby Hall, who was involved in that last wreck, has made his way back up to the third car and outside line. They just need a little bit more. Wait, I don't know what you call it, BJ. A little bit more definition.
Organization.
There you go.
Gotta get organized. Gotta get nose to tail. Gotta get in that nice, straight, pretty clean line. And right now, it looks like the outside row is starting to really get it figured out just a little bit. Snaking right there as David Farmer went up by the wall and back down. No doubt a lot of that had to do with the momentum shift from David Farmer. You're going into the corner when you're driving at these speeds like that. A lot of times it's real easy to push up the track. Even though as the lead car, you don't want to lift. You want to hold that gas pedal to the floor. You want to keep it matted. You want to keep going as quick as you can out here at Daytona. Everybody behind you, they're the ones that's really got to regulate the throttle and play it smart, not turn the car in front. We've seen it a few times already tonight.
Definitely seen it a few times, as now they're side by side in the front row. We're 2 by 2, many rows deep here at Daytona. As right now, Blake Inslee is your race leader. David Farmer on the outside line leading that way. Then we have a little bit. There's the second pack right there. Scott Fritz lead the way, with Travis Twitty and Dustin Renstittle. That is 20th, 21st, 22nd. Sean Stritzen, 23rd, right there behind the number 1 of Scott Fritz. As that's the second pack there. Meanwhile, turn number 2, 40 laps to go at the line.
The laps are starting to wind off quite a bit quicker now. Right about 47 seconds a lap. So 40 times 40, Steve, that's 160. And 40 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So there's quite a bit of time left here.
So how much time do we have left?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I gave up. I'm pulling up a calculator.
Wes Wiggin leading that top line there. That's it falling back a little bit. As the inside line being led by Blake Hensley, being pushed by GT Hawk. As there's David Farmer, Mike Peters, and Justin Winters right now rounding out your top 5. And here comes Wes Wiggin now to the outside. As the outside line is formed back up again. As they're side by side. That's from 5th on back. Wes Wiggin getting pushed by Bobby Hall Jr. and the 9. Brandon Holder. Oh, I lied. That's the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. There's Brandon Holder. There it is. 280. Sarah did it for you, BJ. You should be ashamed.
280.
She was doing the math that you said. So if she has the wrong answer, it's because you told her the wrong numbers.
That's right, about 47 seconds a lap. And now it's under 40 minutes. So let's see, 40 times 47 equals, that's 1,880 minutes. We'll divide that by, or 6 seconds. We'll divide that by 60. So it's 31.3 minutes. So we got right about 35 minutes once we count in the time lost on pit stops and everything like that. So about 35 minutes left in this race.
Well, look at the Flex Motorsports teammates on the outside line, because here comes Wes Wiggin. I got your back, Sarah. Just know that. I got your back. Wes Wiggin.
I probably did say something wrong.
Wes Wiggin now, he's flirting with that lead on the outside as they're in the turns. We're going to go 3 wide as Chuck Blake goes another lap down. Well, I was lost too, Sarah. I was lost.
I know where she got the 280 from. Because I said 40 times 7, because I did the 40 times 40, and then my brain stopped for the 40 times 7.
Oh, okay.
So that's where she got the 280 from, was the 40 times 7 to add to the 40 times 40.
Osprey's calling Alex because they did the next 280 minutes of the show.
Well, don't worry about it. We good. We good. We just got about 35 minutes left of the race.
Oh, okay. Sarah's lost. I'm lost. I mean,
I'm lost every day of my life, so welcome to the club.
pit stops happening right now. Blake Hensley, David Farmer, GT Hawkins, Mike Peters, Justin Winters, Jonathan Atkins, all coming down pit road. Wes Wiggins, your race leader in the number 40, being pushed by his teammate, the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr., the other junior. That's Neil Jr. right there, number 8, being pushed by Brandon Holder. They're going to go up as Tony Iverson goes another lap down out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. And we're back to 2x2 racing. As we're on lap number 65, Mikey Dill Jr. down goes to the inside. There's Huffman now back up to the 3rd spot, being pushed by Nick Mills at the 88. Mikey Neal to the inside. Here comes Brandon Holder now. He wants his name in the leader book.
He led earlier, now he wants to get back up, or he's going to have it coming off turn number 4, heading to the stripe. And look at the momentum from these three-car breakaway on the outside. We got the 97 of Healy right there. That's not Healy. Who is that? Used to 97 being Healy.
It is.
Is that Healy?
It
is Healy.
Well, we're still 2x2, but this time the outside line is pulling away. Alex up, but right there, that 2nd spot. But look at Mikey Neal battling back on the inside. Then you have Wes Wiggin and Bobby Hall Jr. right there.
I just figured out why I wasn't seeing him on scoring. He's a lap down in that 25 laps down, actually, in that 25th position, but he's the 4th car on that outside row, looking to help these guys push forward. He's got several teammates up here in this lead pack, including Alex Huffman riding as a 2nd car, and that's not what we want to see.
There's Justin Winters. I believe he made a pit stop, but he's all out there, BJ, by his lonesome. Not a good spot for him.
No, definitely not where he wants to be. He's got no draft. He's got no help. Currently in that 22nd position. That's a tough place to be. We saw it happen to Sean Kostritza. Kostritza right now in that 23rd spot, 1 lap down. We saw it happen to him earlier when he lost the draft. Just there's nowhere to go once that happens.
Definitely nowhere for anybody. As right now, the 3's been left out to dry. That's Brandon Holder in that number 3 machine. He's going to cut down right behind the number 9 of Brandon Holder. That's Brandon Robertson in that number 3. Now he dips to the outside one more time. Gotta wonder if this front pack is thinking about, BJ, their pit stops.
If they're not thinking about their pit stops at this point in time, they're making a mistake with closing in on 30 laps to go. They're coming close to their pit window. You've got to start making your plans. You've got to start thinking about it. And can we get a look at the pistons down on the bottom right and see just how long they've been on this run? So we're looking at 17 laps right now. We know they can make it right about 20, 21 laps. A couple of cars have made it 22 laps on their 2nd stint. So we know they can make it right about 20 laps. So the ideal spot for them would be to make it to lap 80 so they can make it to the end of the race.
Well, Justin Winters just went a lap down to your race leaders. So he's going to have to stay in that draft. As pit stops are fixing to happen, he'll probably get that lap back in that number 7 machine. Mike Peters right there on the outside line. He's looking to go a lap down here. But that's going to be good for Justin Winters because he's going to have a drafted partner if they catch up to each other. Let's see, Mike Peters comes down right there. He does. He's going to catch the 7. Well, no, he doesn't. And here comes the 72. Up to his back bumper. So that might be his dancing partner for a little bit.
Yeah, to see if he decides to stay there. If he's going to change his lane, a lot of people moving to the inside, so this is a pretty good indicator of pit stops. But if they pit right now, we were showing that they were on 11. A lot of them were right around the 11 laps, if I'm remembering correctly, on their stints. But I take that back. Pit stops are being called. The 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. is coming down. 12 of Frankie Barroso, he'll be coming down. A lot of drivers are coming down right now.
A lot of drivers coming down. A lot of drivers coming out pit road. Down the back straightaway, being led by the 1 of Scott Fritz. Mikey Neal Jr., look at the 7. That is Justin Winters there, getting his lap back, being pushed by the 72 of Tony Iverson and Mike Peters. Here they come, down pit road. It's going to be a hornet's nest as they come to the pit road line right there. Won't be surprised if we've seen that 12 maybe get caught for speeding. He was coming down pretty fast, Frankie Barroso. Jonathan Swartz right there being called as your race leader at number 95. As you see the 49, couple laps down, that's Chuck Blake. We'll catch up to him, give him a little bit of a draft. There's Justin Winters. Up, Mikey Neal off of pit road. Here is Lancaster off pit road. And I guess Frankie Barroso, he got lucky, not get caught for speeding. There's Bobby Hall Jr., there's Brandon Robertson, Brandon Holder, Nick Mills.
Race leader Jonathan Swartz on his way in pit road now. From first through 10th have now pitted here on lap number 71 and 72. David Farmer, Blake Hensley, Jonathan Swartz, they last pitted on lap 64, so they're on a bit of a different strategy, a little bit sooner strategy than the rest of these guys that have just come out of pit road, or Jonathan Swartz is currently in pit road. He pitted all by himself in that number 95. That's an extremely dangerous position to be in. You don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to be that lone guy that pits here on a draft dominant track.
Definitely you don't. As right now, there is your race leader, 95, Jonathan Swartz, coming off of pit road. He's going to get onto the racing surface. He's going to try to catch the draft from these 3. There's Mikey Neal's going to go around him. There's the 71, Lancaster for Barroso. Let's see what Jonathan Swartz does. He's going to try, BJ, but more likely, there's that second group. They're starting to go around him, so someone's fixing to catch up with him and give him some help. A little dancing room there. As Jonathan Swartz does blend in that 6th position. As Mikey Neal Jr. is now your race leader once again, being pushed by the 71 of Adam Lancaster and Frankie Barroso. Your top 3. Then you got Brandon Robertson and Brandon Holder rounding out your top 5 there. And then you see David Farmer and Jonathan Swartz. Sign by sign. Then you have Nick Mills and Blake Hensley in the 88. Right there to the inside. There's the 14 of G.T. Hawkins. Some good racing going on, that's for sure. As you see, your top 3 are broken away from the pack. And what really needs to happen now, that second group that's broken away, they need to get in front or single filed out, and they'll catch these top 3 in a hurry.
Yeah, most definitely if they can get sorted out and get moving, which, I mean, even running side by side, all these cars here ought to be able to fairly easily catch up to 3 there. You see David Farm move to the inside. He catches your name here, teammate of Brandon Robertson right there in the 3. He's currently being pushed by Brandon Holder behind Jonathan Swartz in that line as well. I'm not sure who that is behind Jonathan Swartz right there. These guys here on that inside line, they've got it. They're starting to get things figured out. They're starting to make the right moves. They're starting to smooth out. It is not what what Mikey Neal and company up there want to see is these guys get sorted out and get figured out. But right now, Blake Hensley calling out on these guys. I'm not sure actually if it was Blake Hensley or Jonathan Swartz calling out on these guys to get sorted out and get into a single file line because they are actually losing ground to the top 3.
As the dogs are fixing to get wild here at the house. Mikey Neal Jr. continues to lead. Adam Lancaster, Frankie Barroso, your top three have broken away from the rest of the pack. They have single filed out that second group of cars as now they start to get the momentum and catch your top three.
It's the only way you're going to catch them at this point. And the gap has started to decrease for these guys little by little, about 0.3 that last time across the stripe as they head down the back straightaway. They've all got single filed out. David Farmer leading the charge to catch up to Neal, Lancaster, and Barroso. That's not what they want to see. They want to see these guys back here battling.
Definitely they do. And let me tell you, the distance kind of evened out, BJ. I'm kind of shocked about that. You would thought when they single filed out, they would have started catching your lead top three in a hurry, but they have not. As the second group.
The second group was actually a 10th slower that time around than they were the last time around. Still about a 10th faster than the front group, but like you're saying, it's really surprising to see. It does seem to have almost slowed them down and prevented them from really gaining ground.
That is true. Mikey Neal Jr. continues the lead in the number 8 machine. There's Bobby Hall on the outside all by his lonesome. How about Jonathan Atkins up 14 spots in the 9th position in the 57 machine? Doing a good job. There's GT Hawkins right there in 11th. Bobby Hall Jr. Then you got Alex Huffman down that 22nd spot. Cody Nevin there. Jeremy Vaughn, Matt Grenier, Wes Wiggin. And there is the 7 of Justin Winters. He's still with Mike Peters. You know what's really funny? You know, the name Mike Peters. A long time ago, in the early 90s, there was a sprint car driver from Oklahoma named Mike Peters, and he raced a lot with the World of Outlaws sprint cars.
I wonder if that's where I remember the name from, because ever since I've seen him in this series, I kept thinking, man, that name sounds real familiar. But right now, sitting here watching these guys, the top 3 have grown their lead by 1.5 seconds over the last 2 laps, from the 1.7 seconds or 1.07 seconds that it was when they hit the stripe just about 2 laps ago. They're up to 2.8 seconds over the second pack right now. See, this second pack is really struggling to get organized and get moving and start running forwards. Top 3, they're not going to have any competition at this rate with just 21 laps to go. What are we thinking for the money stop for these guys with the final stop of the race? There's no way they're making it to the end right now.
Well, most of them went 20 laps. We're on lap number 21, so you better not bank on a green-white checker, that's for sure. As we come to 20 laps to go here at Daytona, Mikey Neal Jr. lead the way with Adam Lancaster, Frankie Barroso. Then you have David Farmer right there in the second group being pushed by the 9 of Brandon Holder. Farmer goes up. That's going to allow Holder to go around. There's Jonathan the Sausage Swartz there in the top 5, pushing Brandon Holder. They got to do something if they want to challenge for this win here tonight, as the top 3 are looking pretty dominant.
Yeah, that is for certain. Yet another second added onto this gap between these guys, with Brandon Holder leading this line. I'm just sitting here scratching my head because they're fairly organized. Yeah, you see a couple breakaways, they'll pull off, they'll drop back, but it's not. There's no major separations. There's no major gaps between these guys. I'm just absolutely blown away at the speed and power of these guys up in the front, and they're still continuing to pull away.
Definitely they are. There's the 9 of Brandon Holder leading that second pack there. There is another pack with Alex Huffman, so that's like your third pack. Alex Huffman, Cody Devin, Matt Grenier, Alex Healy, Wes Wiggin, and Jeremy Vaughn And then there's Mike Peters and Justin Winters.
Yeah, this field's all split up and all broke up. It's like 3-7-7. I mean, they're all over the place right now. The green flag pit stops have really thrown a wrench in the works. The 96 calls out his pit stop. Mike Peters going to be coming down along with Justin Winters. So those two by themselves are going to be banking on the early pit this time to get in, get their pit stop, get out, and hopefully start making up some ground on the rest of the field to go to the end of this race and hopefully for them have a shot at being up there towards the top. They've been by themselves for quite a while. They scored in 21st, 22nd. They're still on a lead lap for just a second more, it looks like, as Mikey Neal Jr. hits the stripe and goes past pit road.
Well, you look, 12 laps since they last pitted. We know they can go to lap number 22, as we saw Barroso, and 23, as we saw Holder. So they definitely will have to make another pit stop with probably around about 7 to go, possibly 8 to 7 laps to go here.
And looking at that as well, we got two drivers in that second pack. They're going to have to be going down here very, very soon. Atkins and Hensley both were right around 18, 19 laps on their fuel right now. They've got to be looking towards coming down very, very soon. The 84 and the 94 call out their pit stops. That's going to be Bobby Hall Jr., David
Nick
Farmer.
Bill's around, and we stay green.
He's going to lose the draft. I think he was trying to get down pit road with the rest of them. And sounds like somebody stopped there on the apron. It sounds like they might have just about got smoked right there, and problems for the 57 of Jonathan Atkins. Sounds like he slid through the grass and slid to the track. And a wreck on the back straightaway, Steve. Uh-oh.
Where?
Hello?
I'm here. Where?
Uh-oh.
What? BJ has, like, checked out, I guess. Hello, BJ. Well, I don't know what's happened to BJ Duvall, but right now I can tell you this. 15 laps to go. Mikey Neal Jr., Adam Lancaster, and the 12 of Frankie Barroso leading the way here. As we're still under green flag conditions here at Daytona. GT Hawkins down pit road in the 14 with Nick Mills, Brandon Robertson, Bobby Hall Jr., and Jonathan Atkins. As now, you look at your top two, Mikey Neal Jr., Adam Lancaster actually starting to pull away from Frankie Barroso in that third spot. Frankie Barroso driving the number 12 machine. Then you got Brandon Holder and Jonathan Swartz right there. There's Alex Huffman in that third group being pushed by the 97 of Alex Healy and Wes Wiggin there. There's Mike Peters. A lot of action going on. As David Farmer looking to go a lap down in the 84 machine. Mikey Neal, Jr., Adam Lancaster, and Frankie Barroso has made it a three-way race here at Daytona. BJ, you back? No, he's not. Mikey Neal Jr., there's your top three. There's Alex up in that fourth position, being pushed by Alex Healy there. The 40 of Wes Wiggin. There's Jeremy Vaughn, involved in the early incident. Now back in that sixth spot there. Mike Peters on the outside. Caution coming out with 12 laps to go. Adam Lancaster bringing out this caution. Oh! Holy Moses. There you see him. Adam Lancaster did not see what was going on ahead as he was pushing Mikey Neal Jr. So it looks like the 1 and the 47 got involved in something a little bit earlier. Let's rewind it so we can see what happened to them. So there's the 1. Scott Fritz. There's Beryl Miller. Oh. They made a little bit of contact, some rights. They got some sparklers and snakes, that's for sure. Well, it's going to definitely bunch up the field as Mikey Neal Jr. leads the way with Frankie Barroso in second at Alex Huppin, rounding out your top 3 here at Daytona with the Bluegrass Cup Series. As we're under caution with 11 laps to go. Maybe BJ could see in the future. I'm not sure. I mean, he called a caution. There was no caution. He lost connection. Maybe he was just looking into the future. I have no clue, but that's all right. Mikey Neal Jr. brings the lead pack down pit road here. They're going to get their final stop with 10 laps to go. Some drivers have stayed out to get a wave around. And we go back to green flag racing. There's Justin Winters. He's one of the drivers that are staying out. Take a look at pit strategy for Justin Winters there. Can't see it. Gotta wonder. Has he already made his pit stop? Brendan Holder first off of pit road with Mikey Neal Jr. listed as second. Wes Wiggin in third. Matt Grenier. Alex Huffman rounds out your top 5. Jeremy Vaughn is 6th. You got Jonathan Swartz, Blake Hensley, and David Farmer in 9th. Frankie Barroso rounds out your top 10. He's currently down pit road now, leaving pit road. Let's see. What happens here? See if the lights go out. Lights do go out. For some reason, I'm not too sure. The 7's going to drop to the back. Not too sure what happened there because he was in front of the race leaders for a while under the caution. As drivers are now racked and stacked, as we'll go back to green flag racing out of turn number 4 with 8 laps to go, and we'll go back green. Coming out turn number 4. The pace car looking to pull into the inside down pit road. Fields in the hands of Brandon Holder. As they come to the Geico restart zone, they can fire at any time. Brandon Holder can. He fires. We're back to green flag racing. A good start there for Brandon Holder on the inside line. Mikey Neal Jr. on the outside. Holder comes to the top. He'll pick up Mikey Neal. Matt Grenier in the 3rd spot. Wes Wiggin on the bottom, being pushed by the 2 in the 31. 8 laps to go here in the Cup Series. As your race leader is Brandon Holder out of Mammoth Springs, Arkansas. Yep, he's lost again. As they head into turn number 3, your race leader down. Look out. Here comes the 40 of Wes Wiggin to the race lead, being pushed by the 2 of Alex Huffman. Let's see what happens. What's going to transpire as we're coming to 7 laps to go. So 2 by 2. 5 and 6, 7 rows deep here. As 11 drivers are on the lead lap. Just the winners in that 12th spot. Currently 1 lap down. Brandon Robertson coming out of pit road in the number 3 machine. But right now, look at the 2. He goes to the top shelf. He's going, oh, here comes Wiggin. And now look at Huffman. He crosses him back down on the bottom line there. It's getting dicey up front. So Wes Wiggin needing that push from Brandon Holder. As Alex Huffman goes for the race lead, being pushed by the 31. Coming out turn number 4, coming to 6 laps to go this time. Wes Wiggin, your race leader. He can shut the door on the number 2 machine because now he's alongside him as they head into turn number 1. Huffman leads him into turn number 1, being pushed by the 31 of Blake Hensley. Side by side as the inside line now starts to inch forward with 6 laps to go. Next time by will be the butt kicker. 5 to go here with the Bluegrass Cup Series live at Daytona, live on Ultimate Dirt TV. It's fixing to get dicey in the closing stages. Huffman on the bottom inside, Wes Wiggin on the outside. They're both being pushed by Hensley and Holder. This time, the 40 has the lead out of turn number 4 down the straightaway. Gotta wonder, is he going to think about shutting the door pretty soon on that number 2 machine of Alex Huffman? 5 laps to go. It's your butt kicker. 5 to go. We're 2 by 2. 6 rows deep. There's Swartz there. As they come out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Both lines looking pretty good. Almost a dead heat down the back straightaway. But right now, Wes Wiggin leads the way. Now look at there. Holder came down and Wiggin had to defend. And then Holder went back up. So now side by side, Wiggin and Holder. Holder being pushed by the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. Mikey Neal Jr. right there in that 2nd spot momentarily as the inside line needs to rally the troops if they're going to get up there as we have 4 laps to go here. Brandon Holder, your race leader, with Mikey Neal Jr. and Wes Wiggin round out your top 3. Then you got Matt Grenier and Alex Huffman rounds out the top 5. 4 laps to go down the back straightaway.
I have returned.
Well,
sorry about that. Lost internet.
We got to witness you call a caution like 10 laps too early, but it's okay.
Whoa.
Another battle for the race lead. Give it back to Wes Wiggin as we're coming to 3 laps to go.
And laps continuing to wind down very, very fast. Oh, little caution flag's going to wave. Steve, we're in overtime. 2nd night in a row.
Well. And I believe it's Chuck Blake involved in that number 49. Even Cody Nevin's flag. Oh, Nelly. There it is. Right in front of him. Cody Nevin involved. Let's rewind it back. 3 wide. Oh, Nevin comes up, makes a sandwich. Chuck Blake, almost an innocent bystander in that 49 machine. As we go to green, white, checkered here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget, next week, we will not be live on Ultimate Dirt TV, Facebook, and YouTube. You will need to make sure, if you're over there now, that you go to Facebook on the Bluegrass, hit follow, go to their YouTube, hit subscribe. We're going to be just exclusively on the YouTube and Facebook of the Bluegrass for the playoff season to the championship.
And just a small tidbit of information for you guys. If you type in the chat on Facebook, !notify, you'll get notified each and every time we go live on the UDT or on the Bluegrass Facebook page. So make sure you get over there. Make sure you hit it. Make sure you come back race after race for the playoffs, because it is going to be exciting.
Well, you know, one thing we saw, like a photo finish, Ed Osborne picking up the win Monday night. And, you know, it was a little bit controversial because during the line timing and scoring, BJ, just a FYI, the driver that on live time and scoring showed was on the track. Ed Osborne was off the track, but he was ahead. Barely ahead when they crossed the start-finish line. So that's the reason why Ed Osborne was declared the winner by iRacing on Monday night.
Yeah, so scoring and I'm not even gonna. I don't even know how to explain it or add to the explanation, but it's definitely controversial where the transponders per se, the virtual transponders in these cars' time is actually on the wrong side of the line, but that is where the scoring goes off of, and that is how the official results get scored, is on the latter part of the stripe, not at the first part, at the latter part of the stripe on the front straightaway. So once they hit the first part of the stripe, the live timing and scoring that you see going across the top of your screen right now, that stops. When they hit the latter part, that is where your official results hit. And when they hit in that 1 foot section, Steve, Ed Osborne went from probably 1/10,000th, the fourth number after the decimal, 1/10,000th of a second behind to 1/10,000th of a second in front in that 1 foot section.
Yep. Don't forget, this Sunday night is Wotel's Championship Night with the Pro Late Models and Dirt and the 5th annual Michael Rose Memorial with the Miller Family Trucking Super Late Models live on Ultimate Dirt TV. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Like some dirt track racing, some late model action, make sure to tune in this Sunday night. As also will be championship night for the Super Late Models. The champion will walk away with $1,500, paying out the top 15 spots. As we're fixing to go green, white, checkered. You know what, BJ? I got to work. I'm normally off every Friday. I got to work this Friday. And it's a good thing because I got a message from Energy saying we're not going to have power from 8 to 4 on Friday. So maybe it's a good thing.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know how time and scoring's wrong, but you're right, Sarah. Alex Upman does show the Toy Tail on scoring, and that's off of the league scoring page, so. maybe numbers aren't listed. And that's how
Well,
Wigan
what had
was
happened?
listed too. Green flags
Yeah,
back in the air with 2 laps to go here at Daytona with the Bluegrass Cup Series as they head into turn number 1. The 40 of West Wigan is your race leader. The outside line is trying to rally its troops as they're going to be 2 by 2 here momentarily, BJ.
It's time winding down. They're going to hang on until, I'd say, probably turns 3 and 4 is where you'll really see them break apart, break away, and start going 3, possibly even 4 wide coming out of turn number 4 and heading for that triangle. Right now, everybody's going to try to play it safe and push their line as far forward as they can so they can get breakaways like that. And Blake Hensley's going to go after the race lead coming out of turn number 4. Here, white flag is flying here at the triangle. We'll have 1 lap remaining. Now Alex Huffman back to the race lead, 3 wide coming across the stripe for the second spot.
3 by 3, rows 2 on back. Look at that. This is excitement. This is what you paid your lunch money for. 3 wide action. Alex Huffman, your race leader, being pushed by Matt Grenier. The inside, or the middle lane, is the 8 machine of Mikey Neal Jr. And then outside is David Farber. The 2 goes up to try to block Mikey Neal Jr. there. That's going to slow the inside line. The next flag will be the checkered. As now David Farmer is your race leader. Mike Peters right there, 1 and 2. Coming out of turn number 4 for the final time down the front straightaway. David Farmer is your race leader and your winner here at Daytona. Woo! David Farmer picking up that win, BJ. He might have locked himself in the playoffs with that win.
I do believe he does. I think he was outside of it. I gotta get back over here and take a look at this. Driver standings, Cup Series. David Farmer. Actually, David Farmer was already in, but he is now locked in for sure. Cannot be knocked out by drivers moving up from outside with race wins. He's ready to rock and roll.
Definitely make sure to be paying attention to the Bluegrass Facebook page for the drivers, a list of drivers who made it in the trucks, the Xfinity and the Cup Series. As let's take a look at your official results here tonight. David Farber pick up the win. Mike Peters, Alex Huffman, Mikey Neal Jr., Frankie Barroso rounds out your top 5. Matt Grenier, Jeremy Vaughn, Brandon Holder, Blake Hensley, and Wes Wigan round out your top 10. How about Justin Winters battles back to the 11th spot? Jonathan Swartz, GT Hawkins, Sean Kostritza battles back to 14th. 15th will be Nick Mills. 16th will be Dustin Rinstone, Travis Twitty at 17th. Bobby Hall Jr. at 18th. 19th will be Alex Healy, and Cody Nevin rounds out the top 20.
And it's going to be Chuck Blake, Adam Lancaster, Brandon Robertson, Daniel Worthington, Jonathan Atkins is your top 25, Scott Fritz, Tony Iverson, Bill Miller, Keith Hackney, Jason Bridges your 30, Rocky Boyd, and James Silvers will round out your 32 starting cars for tonight here at Daytona.
We'll be right back with post-race interviews. Welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. I'm Steve McMillan along with BJ Duvall. Congratulations goes to your race winner of David Farmer in the 84 machine. But BJ's caught up with the third place finisher here tonight. The number 2 of Alex Huffman and Huffman Designs.
That's right. I've caught up with Alex Huffman. Man, what a race that you had. You found yourself back forward. Bit of a yo-yo for a short while there, but most of the time tonight, you were up towards the front. Pretty well smooth sailing up there in the front.
if that's what you want to call smooth sailing, maybe the first 10 laps were a little bit smooth, but the rest was not.
Well, overall, in the end, you find yourself in that third spot. What did it take from your end to get up there? I mean, how'd the car handle? What was it like from the driver's seat?
Well, I'm kind of glad I took tires that last stop and topped off of fuel just in case we had a green white checker. It after I got turned, I wasn't like I was just trying to push, and then the 95 or 4 whatever went high, and he tried to come back down knowing I wasn't going to follow, and it hooked him, and I was getting pushed from behind, and I hate that it caused a big mess and collected a hackney in it, and I'm just sitting there like, well, I'm probably done. Had about a minute of damage, and it was just fix all of it and try to see if my car was any good to get back to the front. And then that last or whatever, what in the world caution happened with the leaders where a car turned down in front of them. That helped me get back in the draft because it was just me, Healy, and I think Peters was back there as well after he pitted for his last time. We were just by ourselves. We didn't like 12 seconds off the lead. So, I mean, that caution helped us, but I hated that it took out Adam and the others that were also involved in that pit road incident, whatever happened, car turning across the track. I don't know, that sucks, but I guess I'll take third. Congrats to Farmer on that. Him and Peters. I wanted to throw the block out of 2, but I thought better of it because I felt like I would have got punted with how big of a run they had, and it would have been a melee, and I don't want to do that at the end of this. I'd rather run it out to the finish.
Absolutely. Well, go ahead and thank your sponsors. Shout out to everybody who helped make it possible for you to get up there.
Of course, got to thank Jason over at Bluegrass, you guys for broadcasting over at UDTV, Deb at Old School Diecast, Kinder Performance Group. Wish he was here today. He's out testing already, so he's getting ready for the Millbridge season, so can't wait to see that. Might go join him down there a bit. Scott Fritz Designs as well. He's an awesome painter, other than me. I'm better. But just all my family and friends that support me in this mess.
All righty, nice. Your third place finisher, Alex Huffman. Steve?
All right, caught up with Mike Peters coming home in that second spot. Congratulations, Mike, on a second place finish. Talk to us about the last restart. How was you feeling coming to the green?
Well, I've actually had like a hella headache all day. I almost bailed out of this race last minute. But yeah, Farmer was making good decisions all day. We ran with him earlier. We were trying to keep all of our cornerstone guys nose to tail. We didn't get a chance to see that through to the end. But when we ran with him earlier, he was making good decisions. He was, looking ahead. He was real predictable to push. So on that last restart there, I saw him and I was like, you know what, he's going to go for this. I'll just latch onto his back bumper. And he went up to the high side, which is where I prefer on situations like this because you got all you got to really worry about is the guys on the inside. The walls, it's not going to move. So you can just kind of stay pinned right up against the wall on little short runs like that and get away with it. And the 8 card tried to throw a block there, didn't quite make it in time. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, we're going to go all the way here. And he never did me wrong, so I could have tried to maybe do something. So I was like, I'm just going to follow him around. I'm more than happy with second. To be honest, on any plate or tapered spacer race on iRacing, I'm just delighted to make it to the end in the first place. So I was more than happy to take it second.
All right. Well, go ahead. Thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Yeah, no, I got some guys that help out with this in my pro truck I race at Houston Motorsports Park. Excited to start the season out there April 8th. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. They do one thing, chicken fingers, and they do it fantastic. One Guard Inspections. If anybody's looking for a job in the automotive industry, there's some real cool opportunities out there with a warranty and fraud inspector, which is what I do. Check out oneguardinspections.com. My business, the Awesome Shop. We're thinking about making some sequential shifters and handbrakes again. If you want to look into that, you can go to the Awesome Shop USA on Facebook. We make them here. I think we might start making those again. And then, Skills Driving. It's a company I work for, as well as Pax Power Performance Trucks. If you can jump that has AC that you can drive to work every day. It has about 700 horsepower. We've got GMC, Chevy, Dodge, and Ford. You can check them out at Pax Power Performance Truck. Or just v8raptor.com. And then my friends over at 74 Ranch Resort, they're running a 12-hour Sebring this weekend, 74 LMP3. And just looking forward to racing H&P. And also, shout out to all my my buddies in Cornerstone and all the guys that help out there. Hopefully, I was hoping to get more of us in here, but if we got one in here on a plate track, I think anytime you make it to the end, you're always pretty delighted with that.
Definitely. Mike Peters coming home in second place tonight. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, man.
All right. BJ's caught up with the race winner, David Farmer.
That's right. I've caught up with the man of the hour right now. You come home in the top spot. You're already in the playoffs, but now you're 100% in the playoffs as you got yourself locked in. How does that make you feel?
Guys, I mean, this is my first win ever in Bluegrass. I'm just ecstatic right now.
You played your cards right and found yourself up towards the front of the race quite a bit here tonight. And ultimately at the end, when it mattered the most, coming home with the race win. Tell us a little bit about it from behind the wheel, from your eyes, your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got down a lap coming to that. I think it was the second to last caution, or maybe the last caution, and I got the lucky dog, thankfully, on that. And when I went lap down, I thought my race was over. I was out by myself, didn't really have any help from behind. One of my teammates got caught with a speeding penalty, so I was kind of just riding. And I got lucky. Which that's what all Daytona is all about. So it was an awesome finish there. Green white checker finish is always awesome at super speedways. Can't thank Mike enough for pushing me to the win there. He could have definitely hung me out to dry, but I appreciate the push and on to the playoffs, boys.
All right. Well, a lot of times they say it's better to be lucky than good going into the playoffs. Any plan strategy going into Darlington next week?
Last season, Darlington is not my best track in the entire world. Obviously, it's slick and tight and loose and everything that you don't want a race car to be. But fuel strategies always comes into play there. So we'll work through the week and see what we can come up with as a team. And maybe we can pull out a top 5 or win there.
All right, we'll go ahead and thank your sponsor. Shout out to everybody who helps make it possible for you to get up there and get that race win.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank my teammates. The Cup Series, we've been together this whole season, obviously. YNH Motorsports, it's a great group of guys. Enjoy racing with them every race. Unfortunately, I think Alex might be the only one out of the playoffs, Alex Healy. So we'll have to let the points shake out and see what happens there. But overall, we had a very good season, decent season, first time together, and so no complaints there. Want to thank. Of course, thank my teammates for strategy and all that throughout that entire race. And also thank my wife and my kids for supporting me and giving me the time to be able to do this stuff. It's a really awesome hobby, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And last but not least, thank you guys for coming in here and broadcasting it for us. And thanks to Jason for always putting on a good show and being as fair as he possibly can and making the races very entertaining and very fun to be part of.
Well, congratulations again on your race win.
Thank you, guys. You have a good night.
You too. Steve?
All right, that's going to conclude our broadcast here tonight on Ultimate Dirt TV. Don't forget, we'll be back this Friday night with Wotel, the money race for the Xfinity Series. $20 entry fee, $250 to win, paying out the top 10. So make sure to get signed up on that. Then Sunday night, it's the Pro Late Models, the World of Thunder Pro Late Models, DirtFan.com, championship night for them. And then after that will be the 5th annual Michael Rose Memorial. And we will close out the Miller Family Trucking Super Late Model Championship where $1,500 will be awarded to the champion. You want to tune in Sunday night for all the action. Until then, I'm Steve McMillan and BJ Duvall. We're going to say good night, God bless, and we'll see you next week at Darlington.